Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Ms. Ranking Member for scouring the earth and finding another Allen West to be up here in Capitol Hill with me. We got to talk about whether or not your daddy was ever down in Georgia.
Okay. Well, I'm a native Virginian, so we're probably...
Okay, we probably are. Which side did your father fight for? Thank you so much for the panel for being here. And this is very appropriate because last week when I was back in the district, talked to our Small Business Advisory Committee and also the Broward County Small Business Advisory Council. And this thing about labor law was something that they brought up. And 2 points that I want to bring up. One was about project labor agreements and the effect that they're having as far as small businesses who want to come in as subcontractors. And then also some issues about labor law with some of the rights of employees who have been terminated or for whatever reason quit, and they're bringing lawsuits back against some of these businesses. So I think it's very important we talk about labor laws and the Department of Labor and their impacts on small businesses who cannot afford to spend a lot of their time and resources with these, some of these frivolous lawsuits. But I think the real question here is not really about the benefit of unions, but the question really has to be about is there an agenda out there that is being promoted that would seek to take away the choice and the option that an employer has as far as whether they want to have the unions to come in. And also, I think it is about that influence being expanded. So what I always like to do is look at trends. And so my question to the members of the panel here is, have you seen trends here within the last year, 2 years, 3 to 5 years, or whatever, of an NLRB and a Department of Labor that has become maybe less of a nonpartisan or a non-arbiter, but is more so now promoting an agenda that you feel may be contrary to your advancement of your small businesses, and maybe you can talk about some other relationship with other small business owners that you have talked to this about.
I'll go first if that's okay. I mean, I would certainly say from the members I hear from that they would agree that would say that there has certainly been, they've seen a trend with the NLRB and DOL not being impartial. Certainly in the NLRB, the intent, and for over 50 years, it was seen as an impartial arbiter between employers and employees when it came to labor disputes. And in the last few years, it certainly has not been that, or the cases that we've seen and the proposed rules, and now the final rule for the posting rule too, have, I would say, definitely been pro-union. And if you go to the National Labor Relations Act, I mean, the intent is to arbitrate disputes between employees and employers. Unions are not in there. It's the employees and the employers that we want to arbitrate the disputes between. Our members, for the most part, do see their employees as an extension of their family, and they want to maintain the direct and open communication with the employees, and they really feel that to be the best business they can, stay competitive, it's best for them to have the direct and open communication with their employees without a third party present. Thank you.
Yes, when you look, pardon me, when you look at the poster, as we've been instructed to post it in about 6 weeks, it's 11 by 17 in size. And there's only one line on there that says it has all the things that you can do for union representation and all that, and it only has one line that says, or you may elect to do nothing. So it seems that, if you look at that amount of square inches that we're going to post in our legal posting area, that we only have a very one line that says. It still has not been determined then what communication we can post that says to our employees, hey, we want to continue like we have for almost 32 years. We want to continue that open dialogue. We want to treat you as family. We want to be able to resolve issues that have come up, whether they be pay, whether they be benefits, whether they be anything that comes up. So it appears that with the failure of the card check bill, that this was another way to then impose a stronger union workforce in small businesses.
I'm going to have to agree. Sorry to not break rank or anything like that. I find that when dealing with the NLRB, it seems like every aspect of it is all pro-union. They aren't looking at the larger picture. It's all about their rights. They have the right to get all your information on all your employees. Your employees don't have that right to opt out. Some people have posted and unlisted numbers for a reason. They're hiding from someone that they don't want to find them, ex-spouses, and for any other number of legitimate reasons. And if the NLRB has the right to each and every person's contact, and they want internet contact as well as home phone numbers and home addresses, where is our privacy at? Why do we have to release that without consulting our employees first? And I think once that gets out, and once you have all your employees, it's free game for harassment. There's enough people that call my house on any given night asking for something anyway. I don't need it to be that as well. In addition, I don't think small businesses get a very good rap. The last company I was with, I was there for 20 years. I I solely wrote the apprenticeship standards and had laborers trained in bricklayer positions. No one required me to do that, but it was good business sense for the employees and good business sense for profitability. If I train people the way I want them trained, they're going to work to my standards. I don't think the union does that any better than anybody else can. I think everybody takes an initiative for profitability, and I think when you take that right and that dignity out of an employer's hands, then you are drastically influencing unemployment. Thank you.
First, I'd like to say I think of my employees as a family too, and most of them have been with me for 20-some years. I do not think that these NLRB rules are anything exceptional. What I have read, most of it is reinstating rules that have been in place previously. I also do not think that the issue of posting their name and address, that was always has been a rule. You've always had to give out employees' name and addresses. The only addition to that is the email and the phone number, if I'm correct on that. So, and I'll tell you, if you have a person's name and address, you can get all the rest of it. So I don't think that's a privacy issue. As far as the posting workers' rights, in my lunchroom right now, there's a big bulletin board, and on it we have OSHA posters. We have posters from our insurance company for work safety. We have the unemployment rules and regulations. This is just another poster, so I don't really see a big issue with that. If, posting what people's legal rights are does not seem to be anything terrible to me. So that's my feeling on it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ranking Member, I yield back.